What is imperialism? A policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force. But what is imperialism in Africa?
Imperialism in Africa. Imperialism in Africa has to do with unsettled lands from the region that Europeans wanted.
The main dispute among Europeans was over navigation and commercial rights in the Congo. The first Europeans to claim the area were the Portuguese, who explored the mouth of the river in the 15th century. Although the ocean-going ships sailed inland for about 120 miles along the lower Congo River, a series of gorges and waterfalls blocked the way for the upper Congo River, which was navigated for 100 or before Brazza left, he placed a new post under the command of an African sergeant from Senegal with two other Senegalese soldiers, then returned to the coast. Along the way, Brazza met Henry M. Stanley, an American explorer who had been employed by King Leopold of Belgium to lead an expedition from the Atlantic to Nam.
Bismarck's initiative came as something of a surprise because Germany was not a major colonial power, possessing only a few claims based on a Lutheran mission in southwest Africa and a bundle of treaties collected by a private adventurer, Karl Peters. Yet, Bismarck was always looking for ways to strengthen his new country, so he had a number of reasons to hold the conference. And we're back with today's top headline: Imperialism in Africa. Now, as we said before, commercial imperialism is a policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force.
So, Vita, Alex, what's happening in Europe that has to do with Africa?
I'm glad you asked. Actually, lots of nations are in this dispute with Africa, including America, Italy, the Netherlands, and even Australia.
That's exactly right, Alex. There are plenty of countries concerned with Africa.
So, what regions are open, the coast or the inland region?
The inland regions are not taken. The coast is all taken up because of needs of water.
So, which countries wanted the land?
There were no Africans present at this conference, nor were any Europeans present to ensure that native Africans had any say.
Can you explain that, Alex?
Of course. So the main countries that were in this, I'll say, dispute were the Portuguese, the French, Germany, and England. Italy also had a minor role, taking Libya. The British wanted nothing to do with this because they had no need for a new region, nor did America. But Africa had no say in their fate.
Thanks, Alex. So that leads me to my next question. Who had military in Africa?
I'm so glad you asked. The first to put military in Africa was the Portuguese. They were the first country there, but the vital key to this was the Congo. The Congo was the main way to navigate Africa.
Okay, so that leads me to my new question. Who is Brazza and what did he have to do with Africa?
Brazza was an explorer who wanted to find a route to new land that the Portuguese didn't claim yet. Before Brazza left, he placed the new post under command of an African sergeant from Senegal named Malami with two other Senegalese soldiers, then returned to the coast by following the Congo.
So last question for Vita. So what caused imperialism in Africa?
In the late 19th century, between 1875 and 1900, a handful of European nations conquered most of Africa. This began with an examination of European and African societies in the 19th century. So that's the cause of imperialism in Africa.
Thanks, Vita. Tune in next week to see the effects of imperialism in Africa. See you then.
Created using Powtoon.